What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overwrite podcast.
Why are we yelling?
Because I want to start small, and then I'll wake them up. You ever seen inspirational talk shows do that?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not those people.
Well, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Overwrite podcast, a video game podcast hosted by me, Gage Edwards. And joining me, as always, is the best, worst gamer in all of video games. His name is Nine.
How's it going? What are you up to, Gage?
Sitting.
That's a fair point.
I was going to say ready to talk about games, but honestly,
we're not really ready to talk about anything tonight.
it'll come to me as my word vomit through this show, as per usual.
Yeah.
How you been?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I usually start the show. Well, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Hey, podcast
So
people.
you haven't even done the intro.
If you're here listening to the podcast on Twitch, thank you. We appreciate you. Twitch.tv/birdcage_gaming. You can watch the show live with us. Talk with us in the chat about whatever video game stuff we are talking about or whatever topic it ends up being. You can also now subscribe to the channel. We are now affiliates. You can hit that subscribe button, get nice emotes for the channel. We have little bits notifications now. We have little points you can earn on the channel, and we have a Discord set up that you can find in the information page down there. If you're not into the live show thing, totally cool. That's fine. You don't have to be here each Monday. I don't want to be here each Monday.
Gee, thanks.
You can get the show later on the week, typically about Wednesday, Thursday time on Spotify, iTunes, whatever Google Play is doing. I think they're moving to Amazon.
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music, yep.
YouTube Music. I just opened the app the other day.
And they're like, we're not using this anymore.
And they're like, no, use YouTube Music. And I'm like, nope.
Not a chance.
Not going to happen.
Also, we're on Amazon Music as well, so you can watch Borat 2 and then check us out, our full library.
Or watch
content.
it. Or listen to us first and then watch Borat 2. Whatever you fancy.
Or listen to an episode of us, watch Borat 2. Listen to an episode of us, watch Borat 2.
I haven't even watched it yet.
I watched it.
Was it good?
It's good.
Is it as good as the first one?
I mean, it made me laugh out loud. Here's the thing. I didn't love the first one.
Yeah.
Because that was at a point in my life I was like, I don't think I
Quite
find this
get
funny.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's something. I know that these are jokes, and I'm not like.
Oh,
maybe
and
not
see,
the
I
audience
watched it
for
and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking hilarious.
So this one, I was like, hell yeah, this is funny. So,
It's free on Amazon Prime, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's part of
I'll
the
watch
subscription.
I'll watch it.
Also, the Overwrite podcast is on Amazon Music.
Yes, it is.
So go in there. Listen
Also
to it.
free to listen to.
Yeah. And now I start the show by asking you, hey,
I thought you were going to say a word from our sponsors.
Do we have sponsors?
No, but you had that and now a word from our sponsors.
Well, any sponsors that are listening, you know that I have a great segue, or at least a great tonal voice to get you to the commercial.
Yeah, there you go.
Nine, what you been playing?
Surprisingly, Fortnite.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me about your childhood
So I've been playing
escapades.
I've been playing two games.
Yeah.
I played some Fortnite because the Ghostbuster skins came out, and I'm a huge Ghostbuster.
Because you're
nerd.
weak.
I'm a huge Ghostbuster nerd. You know who you gonna call, that kind of thing. And I saw the Ghostbuster skins. I was like, I gotta have all that shit.
Yep.
So I bought a skin and I bought all the accessories.
Damn. Can I ask you?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me.
It was $20.
Okay.
I spent $20.
That's what I was going to ask.
I bought the 2,800 V-Bucks and spent every last V-Buck.
And now, in a week from now, you're like, all right, that was fun.
Maybe.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Maybe.
Anyway.
No, I did not get the shoes. So Reebok.
Oh, I've seen those.
The Reebok shoes.
Yeah.
They're dope. They're $150. They ain't $150 dope in my book.
Oh,
I'd love to have them. They'd be cool. Reebok, if you want to sponsor us.
Yeah.
You can
Hey,
send it to
Reebok,
us.
you want to go check out this channel?
Check out this guy right here. No, and then I've been playing Minecraft Dungeons.
Okay.
Because the new
DLC?
extension's out for that. I haven't played that yet. Because every time I try and sit down to play it, my kids want to play with me, and they're not good at games.
So it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight downhill.
You should just sit your son down and be like, listen, it's
You're
not going to get any better than this.
You're never going to be good.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
You see all those kids making money playing games on the internet?
That's not
it
you.
It won't be you. Find your own niche. Find what you are good at.
Be funny.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing you got.
That's all you got. If you can't be good,
Or
be
stay
funny.
cute forever.
Again, he's your son. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but he's also got my wife in him. So, you know.
All right. Hey, that works. So he's got hope.
there's a smidge
He's
of hope
got
for
a
him.
little
There's
percentage
a
of
smidge
hope.
of hope for him.
That's cool.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't been playing too much else.
So a little Minecraft Dungeons, a little Fortnite action.
Yeah.
How long do you think you're going to keep this Fortnite kick up?
At least a couple weeks.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that Fortnite Mares thing doesn't last that long.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. I thrown it out there.
It's through the end of the month.
All right.
It goes through, I think, November 2nd is when it shuts off.
Gotcha.
So
Perfect Halloween
next
time.
Monday.
Yeah.
Next Monday.
Well, cool, man.
What about you, Gage? What have you been playing? You can't talk about one, can you?
Here's the thing. I'll tell that story in a second.
Okay.
Fucking harmonics.
Did you get screwed?
I'll tell that story in a second.
God dang it.
That's why I didn't have anything to come here to talk about. I was like,
Because I'm sure you wanted to talk about that, right?
yeah, exactly. So
Is that under NDA?
I'll talk about that in a second.
Damn it, man. I can't get anything out of you.
I'm going to talk about what I've been playing, and then I'll talk about why I can't talk about
What
that
you
game.
wanted to be playing?
Yes. Stupid fucking. I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm glad I pulled this shank out
Sure,
right when I
yeah.
did, because I just want to jam it through my...
I've been
Thinking
playing since the pre-patch opened up, and they removed some prerequisites for getting the allied races, and then they started doing their Halloween stuff. I've been back into WoW, run around, and it's not only me to blame. Of course, I did want to jump into WoW. We can
I
also
blame Nerd.
We can blame Nerd.
I saw the text message. I was like, I'm not even going to jump in this because they're going to try and convince me to do it. And I'm like, no.
Dude, WoW is so much fun.
No.
There's so much of it. And WoW, so I've been playing games for a long time. I know that online games exist. I know that there's already these examples everywhere and stuff. But it's so interesting to me for me to go into WoW and do some menial bullshit task where I'm picking up pumpkins for some kid.
Yeah.
But then just to think like, you know what? All around me is a whole like world of people doing similar shit.
Yeah.
And it's not like a game of 100 people. Like
No, it's still got like millions of people playing.
Yeah, so like, but even on each server, I'm like, everywhere I would go, I could find another player doing something. So this is, even now, this 15-year-old game, this living, breathing video game that it is.
It did get an overhaul, what, like 3-4 years ago?
It's been through a few overhauls. It just went through another overhaul now.
No, but I mean like graphics overhaul. When they did the updated graphics.
That was a little while ago.
That was like 2017, I think.
Something, when they
16,
updated character models and things.
Yeah. So it's not like they didn't take time to polish it out,
Yeah. But now.
But it is a 15-year-old game.
I love it. I love it so much. I don't care. I've done like all those starting areas so many times. I've seen all these locations. I keep going back to the same locations over and over again. I've been playing that game on and off for 15 years, and I don't think I've seen all of it.
I know you haven't.
I don't think I've been to every
I know you
even like a speck on each little location boundary wherever. I love it. I just love that game. The problem I'm having with that game, because I play it on and off so much, I forget how to go places. I don't know how to travel anywhere. So like, thankfully, I have like one Hearthstone to Dalinar, so I can go to different portals. But when I get to those places, I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck?
How do you get here?
How do I go anywhere else?
You get a bird and you fly.
Well, then like I'm talking like clearly, online video games like this helpful community. I text in general for Orgrimmar, and I'm like, how do I get to this place? And they're like, fuck you. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll figure it out. Go on the internet and see how I can go from one place to the other. Thanks, guys.
Oh, man.
So I've been playing a lot of that. Unlocked allied races for a few ones I wanted to play. Give me a little more new content. Get ready for the expansion that was supposed to be out this week.
Shadowlands? Is that what it's called?
But it got delayed.
Got delayed?
It got delayed because fans were complaining about a lot of stuff in it.
Oh,
I don't know specifically.
Their entitlement.
Yeah, of course. They're like, you're not changing enough. And Blizzard's like, fine. We'll delay it. Whatever. But I've already got it pre-purchased and pre-installed, so I'm sure there'll be another installation after they change whatever it is.
Yeah.
I am ready to go for that game, though.
Well, you have fun.
I'm going to have a great time. I can't wait.
What are you going to do
Yeah.
if your time runs out before the game expansion comes out?
Buy more time. What are you talking about?
All right.
What a simple solution that is. Just buy more WoW cards.
Well, because you're the kind of person that you buy it, you play the content, and then you're done.
Sometimes it does happen with these expansions. The last 2 expansions I bought, played for 30 days or 60 days, and I've been like, all right,
cancel.
That's done. I'm good.
Done.
And then I move on because there's so much other shit to play. Speaking
There's
of,
so much other shit to play.
I've been playing a lot of the Call of Duty Haunting in Verdansk mode, which is the zombie stuff for Warzone, or the Halloween updates, which is fun. It's the biggest drawback I have for it is Warzone. We typically play in squads, so there's 4 players.
Yeah.
the zombie modes and the trick or trios mode are obviously
Trick or trios.
yeah,
mode.
they're trio modes. So the zombies mode is only trio squads, and the trick or trios is clearly
Obviously
trios. So we have like a fourth person who's just like, well, fun. I mean, if you want to play, we can play a normal Warzone and not do the trick or treat stuff, or we can rotate out a person, and then everybody always just decides.
Or you just be like, "Fuck you, we're gonna play. See you later."
Well, I'm always like, I mean, we play enough. I'll sit this one out. You guys want to play? We'll run whatever.
Right.
But then everyone's like, no, we'll just all play. We'll just play the normal one. I'm like, okay, we'll do that.
I really want to play this.
But I really want to play the fucking zombies mode. But then
Right.
we play the zombies mode. The zombie mode's fun. I hate being a zombie because it's impossible.
Why is it impossible, Gage?
Because I feel like the game cheats.
Games don't cheat. Players cheat.
It's being a zombie is interesting, but like dropping down there and like getting in. It's that whole thing of where I know how to play the game, but the person who really knows how to play the game is playing way better than me.
Well, yeah.
So,
that's
like,
the way it always.
When a zombie's rushing me, I'll shoot at him the same way anyone else would. They'll get me. But when I'm a zombie and I rush at somebody and they turn around and start shooting me,
it's like pat,
I
pat,
die
you're dead.
immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened? What did he have? I know there's different guns. I know I could run into a stopping power attachment. I know that's all a possibility. It still feels like it's very fast compared to being killed on the other side, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with it. But it
Make you feel better? Same thing happens to me in Fortnite with the shadows.
It's like, how the fuck did that guy kill me so fast? I know I move quicker than them. What the fuck's going on? And it's fun. I do like the game mode. I do like that they're doing something different and keeping it fresh. Fresh. I wonder if they'll do something with Christmas. Players turn into reindeer.
There might be a Santa hunt.
There might be a Santa Juggernaut thing. They turn the Juggernaut into Santa, and you're like, all right, we gotta fucking
kill him.
Santa.
Get like dope ass weapons.
Hey, 6-year-olds playing Call of Duty. You gotta go kill Santa.
Gotta kill your hero.
You gotta go. He brought you stuff. Now you gotta kill him. Probably brought you this game.
Well, if Warzone's free, so
Sure, but I mean, it could be Modern Warfare or Black Ops Cold War or something.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. The other night was my friends. We hung out together. We all got together. Don't tell anybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, did you hung out with friends?
I hung out with people.
I don't care. You're here every Monday.
Yeah, I know.
And we don't wear masks, and we sit right next to each other.
One of our friends brought his kid with him, and of course, his kid is obsessed right now with Among Us, as everybody
is most of the population of video games.
So since I know what it is, and his dad knew what it was, and a few of us had seen it, we were like, all right, there's 10 of us here.
Everybody get your phones out.
Why don't we all get our phones out and download Among Us? So we did that. I explained the rules to everybody. We did a few practice rounds, and we ended up sitting there, all of us together, and played it for like 2.5 hours straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, and eventually it was fun to watch people who had never even seen the game. An
Try
hour
and
later,
play the game?
But then an hour later, it was like they're into it. They're like, "No, you fuck! I saw you over on weapons," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what weapons is now? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Now we have to really watch out for this person."
Yeah.
Or they're like,
See, that's not my wife. She's like, I don't know where the fuck I was. I just know where the cafeteria is at.
Right.
And that's it.
Well, they were using cardinal directions. They're like, I was lower left, southeast, stuff like this. So that's what it started, and then it rolled into stuff. But then there was a part where me and another person who knew how to play the game.
Yeah.
And then we're the last two with another person who was very new to the game. And me and him are yelling at each other, thinking, it's you. And then we're like, hey, you, vote for him. And then she voted for him. And I was like, finally, we got him out. We're going to win. And it turns out she was the imposter. I was like, how the fuck did we get this so wrong? We didn't even consider it was her.
Dude, the silent ones. It's them silent ones,
I guess so. But it lined up to the way where it seemed like it definitely
you gotta watch out for the
her.
quiet ones, man. They're sneaky.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a lot of fun to play.
And it's what's crazy is that's the modern evolution of the LAN party. Mm-hmm. Mobile phone games.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna bring your whole computer over here.
No, fuck no.
You're gonna you have to because we gotta look.
Oh
at
sure,
it.
yeah, we still need to do that.
I mean, that's a different thing. But you're not gonna you and 3 other people are not going to bring your computers over here or your PlayStation or your Xbox and come over here and do an all-night LAN party.
Right.
I mean, it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to do that. But it's just so much easier to stay up all night in my own house, go to bed if I want to, and not have to worry about, there's 6 other people here.
Yeah. Can you guys leave now?
Get out.
Y'all smell. Somehow it's Tuesday now.
Yeah.
That's how it turned out with me and Halo LAN parties back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Friday night.
It was like Friday to Monday morning. It's like, we got to go to school. This is a school day. We all smell.
We used to do 4-on-4 on 4 TVs.
Yeah.
2 people on each TV. It was nuts. It was awesome.
We had it to a point where like my basement growing up was split, so like we could have 4 TVs in one room and 4 TVs in the other, and it was just my dad was like, "How much is this going to cost us electricity?" I was like, "I don't know."
I don't know. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
These TVs were kind of heavy though, Dad. You want to help us carry them out?
Nope.
But it was fun playing Among Us with people in real time like that, because when we play on stream, it's everyone mutes, you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
But in this, I was like, listen, when you're playing the game, you don't talk. You don't talk until we do a meeting. Everyone's like, okay. But then like you'll hear someone go, fuck, 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 fuck. Or someone just start laughing, or just the occasional someone will die and go, mother. I'm like, all right, someone go hit the button, see what happened. See if he was actually dead. Stuff like that.
Mother.
Mm-hmm. But then it became a little bit of a metagame-ish where I was trying to like squash this, but at the same time it was a little fun where the person who was imposter would figure out like, maybe I'll make subtle cues that maybe I'm not the imposter, like fucking card swipe.
Yeah.
But then like they were the imposter. I was like, okay, I don't like this level of metagaming that we're playing here.
Yeah. See, that's what make that to me is what would make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Like getting a group of people together to play that would be super hilarious.
It was a lot of fun.
in a IRL setting.
I liked it a lot. The last game I want to talk about is something you played recently too. It was Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah.
For the first time, right?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Minus the tutorial that I couldn't figure out.
I don't know what to do for the tutorial other than to look for the ghost.
So the tutorial, based on what I tried to do.
You actually tried to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to do it. So the tutorial basically sets you up to go in the house, turn on the TV, and do each slide step by step.
Right.
Right? Because you get the slideshow on the TV. So you go to the TV, you go back to the bus, you get the camera, you set the camera up, you try and get a ghost orb. Once you get the ghost orb, you go to the next slide. You go grab the EMF reader, you come back, you try and get an EMF reading. You get the EMF reading, you go to TV, change the slide, you rinse and repeat until you get everything and you figure out what the frick kind of ghost you got. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, none of this is working. I set the camera up where it told me to set it up, and I sat there for 30 minutes with nothing.
That's part of the game, though. It
seems
like it's part of the game.
This is bullshit. Mm-hmm. The tutorial don't even do what it's supposed to do. So
I don't think I could play that game by myself just because there is so much of nothing going on. But then when something does happen, it's like, okay, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'll sit here and do nothing, and then the lights will flicker. I'm like, all right, well, I know the ghost is hunting right now. I don't know how to stop this fucking thing, even with the crucifix.
Yeah. The crucifix, I don't know what that does.
Apparently you're supposed to throw it at the ghost somehow. And then you can't hold it. You're supposed to just fucking toss it in front of them, and they'll stop. I don't know.
Wish I'd have known that the other night.
Yeah. Well, after you jumped off, one of Mari's friends jumped on with us, and he had a little bit more knowledge of the game.
I was watching some of that.
Yeah. Did you see him spoil The Conjuring for me?
I only watched like 15 minutes of it.
As soon as he jumped in, we started talking about scary movies, and I was like, "Oh, I really like Conjuring, but I've only seen the first one." And he goes, "Oh, dude, Conjuring 3," and just proceeded to spoil the whole thing. And I was like, "Wow, dude, hadn't watched them yet.
Hadn't made it that far,
but definitely just bought them. So cool, man." And he was like,
"Oh, you bought all 3 of them?"
Yeah. So I'm ready to, because we're Halloween stuff with the girlfriend this weekend. We're watching scary movies, and he was like, "Oh, fuck! I thought you just said you saw it." I was like, "Nah, man. What else you want to spoil? Go ahead. Let's
just do it all.
Get it all out.
You know
of the
what?
way,
Have you
man.
seen Sinister? Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's what happened to Sinister.
happens.
Which, by the way, Sinister was just named the scariest movie ever.
I don't know that I've seen Sinister.
Sinister.
Is that the kids?
It's something to do with a roll of film in a house.
Oh,
that's all I know about it.
I don't see
it. And we're talking like 35 millimeter film, not like VHS film.
Right.
Which VHS? I did not like VHS.
Which one's VHS?
The one where the kids find the tape with the murders on it.
Oh,
I didn't like VHS. I thought it was stupid.
Is that the one? Isn't that movie like 3 different stories where one of them's like the girl that's like a succubus or something? Mm-hmm. That's great.
I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
I didn't like it.
I watched all 3 of those in a single night.
I didn't like it.
Some of them are really good, and some of them are shit, but some are really good.
The Descent is one of my all-time favorite scary movies.
Right? Yeah, we've talked about that.
Oh god, that movie's so good. It's so fucking creepy.
Did you see the second one?
No, because I heard it was terrible.
I heard it was terrible also. I watched a video review of it.
Yeah. I did watch Quarantine, which is like a night vision zombie movie. Yeah, the found footage one. The first one was okay. The second one, they took it kind of like what they did with the Blair Witch. They took it and just went full movie on it.
Yeah.
So much better.
Really?
It's like actual scary movie type stuff. It's so much better.
In
my opinion.
You don't like the found footage stuff, I'm guessing.
I'm not a big fan of the found footage thing.
Yeah.
Like Blair Witch didn't do it for me. I thought that movie was shite.
The first one.
The first one.
Well, I mean, it's
The
really
second one-
slow, and it's
the
supposed to
second
be
one-
suspense.
Yeah, it doesn't even get good until like the last 10 minutes of the movie, and you're like,
Some people
it's
only need 10
over.
minutes.
I was almost there.
Some people only need 10 minutes.
But the second one, I like the second one better.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like full on horror movie type stuff with psychological stuff. I really like the second one, Book of Shadows.
Well, cool, man.
And now there's another one out.
Another Blair Witch movie?
Yeah, a reboot.
So they did the one in, 98, whatever it was, right?
99. It was 99.
And then didn't they do one in, 2003?
That was Book of Shadows.
Okay, and then they would do one a few
Like
years
2017, I think, is when they rebooted the Blair Witch. They just called it The Blair Witch. Instead of The Blair Witch Project, it was just The Blair Witch.
Everyone's like, didn't we find that bitch?
Yeah.
I thought we got that one.
That's the one with the dude in the flannel jacket.
Well, that's all we've been playing, right?
Yeah. And that's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
All
No,
right,
I'm
have
just
a good
kidding.
night.
Nine, I wanted to come in here. Actually, I have two things to tell you. One is involving why I can't talk about a game today. Remember?
Because you didn't get to play it.
Freaking harmonics, right? I've been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah.
7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when a game's getting ready to launch, schedules might get a little confusing.
Yeah.
I was approached via email last week to check out an upcoming game called Fuser, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I looked up that trailer. It looks
Very
dope as
excited
hell.
about. And I scheduled that meeting for today, and I was very excited. It's like I didn't do anything up until I didn't do any game rant work up until the Fuser meeting because I was like, I just want to focus on this today in case articles come out of this. I'll write it out. Get in there, jump on the call. They're doing like a video stream, check out whatever. Cool, awesome. And there's a bunch of us on the call. I was like, oh, okay, they must be doing like a press jump.
Like a group time.
Yeah, for the launch of the game, whatever, because it's coming out on the 10th. So I'm in there. They're like, Gage, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? And I was like, okay, this is new. My name's Gage. I write for Game Rant. I've got podcasts. I do a bunch of video game work. You know, I'm a big mashup fan. I've been championing Fuser on the internet for a while now. I'm very excited about the game. They're like, yeah, we'd love to hear it. Perfect. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, any other contestants want to speak up? And I'm like, contestants? What the fuck's going on? And then like they're explaining like what this was going to be. And I was like, I keep saying contest over and over again.
Oh my God, this is great.
I'm like, I spoke up, and I didn't even catch the names of the people I was talking to. I imagine I was talking to them again recently or soon. And then I was like, why do you guys keep saying contest? What am I doing? What are we doing today? Like, because they told me it was the Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't. And I was like, why do you guys keep saying contest? They're like, oh, well, we have a contest coming up before the launch of the game where we're going through and we're meeting with different content creators about Fuser, and we're putting them in a contest to take on Diplo, the DJ, to see who can make the best mashup. And I was like, this is not the same email I got. and so I said it, I thought to myself that this is not the email that I got.
Oh man.
And I replied to them.
That's the best thing I've ever
I spoke
heard.
up again, and I was like, so, okay, you're doing a contest. That's cool. And then you invited a games journalist to see it. Interesting. Awesome. And I joked. I was like, I'll leave the contestants how they do out of the coverage just in case it's bad. Haha, just JK. And then they were like, all right, cool. That sounds good. Cool. I was like, all right, I guess this is what I'm here for. They're doing a contest and I get to watch. Not exactly how it was explained to me. Whatever.
Oh man.
Then about 10 minutes goes by. I watch one of the developers start to play it. She was just like, I'm going to show you how the game works. Just kind of freestyle and you guys can get it. And she was putting together a hot beat. It sounded really cool. And then some other developers spoke up. They're like, hey, Gage. I was like, yeah.
Here we go.
And they paused the gameplay and everything. They're like, hey, so some wires got crossed. This is actually not what you're supposed to be here for. It seems like they double booked you with the session that we're having with the contestants today. We're going to send you a DM right now about rescheduling this appearance. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't think this is what I was supposed to be on. Do you want me to jump off the call or should I hang out? They're like, no, you can go ahead and leave. This isn't really what you'll be covering. Yeah, you'll see way more of the game tomorrow with a whole like Q&A with a one-on-one with developer. And I said, okay, cool. So I get off there. I start DMing with one of their developers. They're like, hey, sorry about that. Things get close to launch, get crazy. I was like, hey, listen, it's happened before. I've been double booked for different meetings. It's totally okay.
We're totally used to it.
I'm fine. And they're like, when are you available? I have tomorrow and Wednesday, and that's it. I only have those 2 days to check out the game. They're like, can you do tomorrow at 2 o'clock your time? I said, that's perfect. I'll be ready to talk about it. I'll be ready to see the game then. I have a fucking plethora of questions for you. I have all kinds of stuff I want to see. And they're like, perfect. That'd be great. And then I was like, I'm getting a review code for this game though, right? They said, yeah, you're on the list. Okay, cool. All right. So I should be getting a code for that.
Sweet.
So that was my experience, non-experience with Fuser today, which I'm still
That's
very excited
fantastic.
about regardless
Yeah,
of.
It looks dope. Like, I looked up the trailer after you told me about it because I hadn't even heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
It kind of gone under the radar.
And I was
Smaller
like,
thing.
all right, I can get into this. And then the music started playing. I was like, oh, I could really get into this.
Yeah, I'm very
This is
excited.
fucking cool.
Another fun story that happened to me, and this is maybe not as long, but it's just as interesting, I'm sure. So I'm on the freelance grind. I'm out there doing the freelance things, taking on different projects. So that means, as any freelancer is, looking for actual full-time work. So I've been putting in submissions left and right for some different positions, trying to get in with different companies, doing some cool stuff. And even anytime I see a position that I think is remotely close to me, I send my resume, cover letter,
Boom.
Taylor, boom, you got my stuff, let's talk.
Get it.
I sent one to a specific game developer that was looking for a producer for something they're working on. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. I do stuff with this content. They're looking for video stuff. Boom, let's talk. So I sent my stuff. A couple weeks go by, I don't hear back from him.
As
you
per the
do.
usual.
Yeah, and no problem. Whatever. You don't have to email me back if you don't want me. That's fine.
Fuck you.
Randomly, I get a notification from my Adobe Center. And I was like, is there an update? That's all I ever hear from you, Adobe.
Yeah.
What's up? They're like, hey, you have a new document to sign. I was like, this is interesting. So I clicked on it, and it was like, congratulations, here's your offer letter for this position. I was like, huh? It ended up being the like a lead production position on a Blizzard project. And they're like, here's a job offer. Here's how much money you're going to make. Here's your responsibilities. Here's your relocation allowance for everything to move out to Irving, California. And I was like,
Did you get somebody else's document?
it was addressed to me.
Like,
The whole document. Christopher Edwards had my
your
my
first name,
address,
last name, and address.
Asked for Christopher
Wow.
Gage Edwards' signature and everything. And they're like, we know the interview process can be long and tiring. I was like, I didn't interview. I don't even know. I don't even remember applying to this job. So I was like, this is bizarre.
This is awesome.
And they're like, hey, I got this on the 23rd or 22nd. They're like, hey,
Last week.
you have until the 25th to accept this. And I was like, I don't know.
Somebody
what I'm
needs to
doing.
call me because
then
I have no fucking clue. what's
Right
going
under
on.
that, it said your first day would be the 26th. I'm like, I'm not prepared. I don't know.
I
what
can't just
this is.
move.
You want me to move to California in that much time? I mean, you're paying for it, whatever. But come on, man.
Yeah. Paying for it.
So then
You're paying for it.
yeah, and then so I tried calling the guy that there was a recruiter with a phone number listed on the phone. I tried calling him, no answer. Calling him again, no answer. Just called straight up Blizzard's building, and
Yeah.
I was trying to get to anyone over on HR or in the recruiting process or even an operator. No one's there because I'm figuring like, well, they almost
probably
must
all
be
working
at
from home.
But I would think that their phone numbers would,
Redirect.
yeah, to them.
Forward. Call
No
forward.
one would answer any fucking phone call. So I found this guy on LinkedIn. I shot him a message. And I was like, yo, I don't know if this is real or not. It's really cool, and I'll take it, but because it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money.
I'm sure it is.
But listen,
but it's also a job you are not qualified to do.
no, not at all. Kind of surprised I even applied for it.
Applied but didn't apply?
Went and read back about it. So I was like, listen, man, I got this offer letter for this position, and I'll happily accept, but I feel like this is a mistake. And he was like, what's your email and what's the position? So I sent him my stuff. He was like, oh, yeah, this is a mistake. And I was like, I thought so. But I just wanted to let someone know because these might have gone out to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then a part of me was like, I should just accept it.
And you
What are
just
they
be
going to do? Fire me?
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah. Just start talking with them. Like, all right, hey, I'm the producer.
That's one of those things where you just like wake up in the wrong place at the right time,
Yeah.
and you just you get this awesome job, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you're just like it's like one of those movies.
You got to fake
Yeah.
it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And then by the end, when you get fired and you get made out, you're already rich.
Yeah.
You got all the money you could ever need.
I sat here for 2 years. You guys just had no idea I wasn't supposed to be here.
Gave me
I got the
$100 million to do nothing.
job. It was bizarre. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I getting a job offer from Blizzard? I didn't talk to anyone at Blizzard. What the fuck? They
That's
must have
great.
seen me buy WoW time, and they were like, this guy should work here. He clearly knows something about Blizzard
Yeah.
that we don't. He keeps buying WoW time. So that's
funny.
been my like last couple days.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
I'm meeting
funny.
with Harmonix tomorrow. So next week I'll be on here to talk about Fuser, hopefully, as long as there's no like NDAs about the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
9.
Gage.
I bring you here today for a podcast. So we should probably start that now.
It's usually what we do on Monday.
As you know, we're about 2 weeks out from the new generation of consoles.
We are. By the time this airs, we will be exactly 2 weeks out from both consoles.
I don't remember. Did you get both?
I only got one.
Okay.
And I was only going to get one
To start.
with.
Right.
Mostly because, finances.
I am
I
very...
could probably afford both, but I don't want to.
I had time. I had money set aside for both, and I'm not ready for Amazon to be like,
Yeah,
and
to just
me
hack your
back-to-back
bank account like just to pieces.
with whatever games are coming out with
That's
that as well.
freaking $1,000.
Oh, it's going to be more than that.
Plus tax and shipping and everything.
And the games I ordered.
Oh, and the games. I forgot games too. That's something else.
It'll be a expensive week,
Oh yeah.
but I'm ready for it because I got that Blizzard money. I should have stayed long enough just to get one paycheck.
Yeah.
I was like, it's perfect. It works. I pay for the consoles.
Pay for the consoles and got a free trip to California.
No shit. So
The question just becomes, how do you get back?
I could buy the next plane ticket.
I guess that's true. You just take enough stuff and you stay in a hotel for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Get your paycheck. Come
Get
home. Get in, get out, come home.
What's going on with chat?
Only one worth getting until MS pumped Game Pass full of steroids.
I just want them both.
I mean, I want
I'm
them
getting
both too. I mean,
Although, because here's the thing, I'm on the fence. Not on the fence. I'm on the side of the Sony place with PlayStation 5. Where I'm like, I'm getting a PlayStation 5, but I'm not playing a PlayStation 5 exclusive game right away. I'm just playing Spider-Man because I'm not playing Demon's Souls.
yeah.
I don't care. It's not me.
I mean, that's all I use Xbox for. I use Xbox for my Xbox exclusive titles. That's it.
That's my PlayStation.
That's all I care.
Yeah.
And
Even on
then-
Xbox, I'm just playing Assassin's Creed.
Right.
I don't need either new console to play either of these games, but I'm buying them anyway because I have.
I
no
do need a new console to play my
self-control.
game.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just
I get you a PS3.
that would be great actually. 'Cause
No, I'm not buying you a
I need to
PS3. You
get
don't
my-
deserve
I need to get-
nice things.
fuck you.
So this last generation console we're about to say goodbye to.
I'm not saying goodbye to it.
Not, you know what I mean. Not like officially, but they're like, oh, we don't love you as much anymore. New toys here, right? We got a new dog, basically.
Yeah. New dog, same tricks.
Sure, yeah, they could do the same things. They both sit.
They both stand too.
But I'm gonna ignore that.
I'm sure you are.
The last generation of consoles saw basically our beginning in the video game industry.
We literally started the same year the consoles came out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Almost to the day that they were announced for me. So over the last 7 years, what have we experienced in the gaming world? What has our career looked like for that? What, like the ups, the downs, the ridiculousness going on about everything?
So
Let's get that last generation in a nutshell.
So the biggest moment in terms of our career, if you will, if you can call this a career, for me was definitely seeing Square Enix announce Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
That was the loudest eruption I've ever heard outside of a concert getting an encore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Sony hall just went completely insane. I flipped out because I was like, "Holy fucking shit! They're actually doing it." They said they weren't going to do it, and they did it. They did it. They did it, and it's great. I still need to finish it,
Oh man.
but we're not getting into that.
Oh my God, 9. What the
We're not
fuck's wrong
getting into
with you?
that. Don't talk. We're not talking about
I
that.
can't believe you're not done with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Nope.
You know what's funny is because I was there too. As loud as that eruption was for that game, I want to say it's the loudest, but I'm surprised by the other ones that also were loud for announcements.
For instance,
The other one that comes to mind, and I literally saw, like, as much as I saw people like jump, cheer, and clap for Final Fantasy VII Remake,
yeah.
when EA announced Mirror's Edge
Oh,
in
yeah.
2013, people were like throwing fucking chairs around. When
Yep.
I was like, you guys are really in on Mirror's Edge. I didn't realize it had this kind of following.
Dude, it's huge.
It must be. And then that game came out and it sucked. So
Yeah, it was
I hope
bad.
those people are still floating in the air somewhere.
Catalyst was so bad.
Or are just like, yeah, look, chat's telling you to finish the game.
Sorry, Joe.
You're a disgrace to this
I'm
channel.
terrible.
You shouldn't even be sitting next to me.
I am the best worst gamer.
You have to finish the game.
That's why I'm the worst.
To know that you're the best. He is a disgrace.
I wear that name proudly.
Welcome, Crizzle. Also, welcome, Joe. Also, welcome, Tech. Yeah, Nine Sex says. I like how everybody was lurking for a second ago. No one was talking, and then we talked about how much you suck, and then it was like, yeah, Nine does suck.
Let's join this bandwagon.
He does. He is terrible. Fuck that guy. Welcome in, everybody.
If I was good at things, they wouldn't be here. So.
No, whatever. That's a different topic.
That's what B tells me.
Yeah. And that her word.
She sucks too. So.
It's all right. Wait, at games?
Yeah.
She's kind of bad.
Yeah, she's terrible at games.
So if that was your highlight of the last...
No. That's just like, that's one of the biggest highlights of our thing.
Sure.
For me, probably the biggest thing that I could take away from all of this is getting into Bethesda's E3 show and seeing all that cool shit the first year Bethesda did their thing.
Yeah. When you went to the carnival or whatever? No, the first year.
The first year.
Okay,
the carnival was
there.
you. Yeah. That's when you were there. The first year that we were there, they did the what was the name of that theater? It's the big theater on the fucking
California Theater. I don't know.
I can't remember. It's on Sunset Boulevard.
Probably been there 100 times. I can't tell you the name of it.
Donald Trump stars like right outside of it.
Sure, perfect, great. Are we sure it's still there?
It might not be now.
Either way.
Anyway, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen stars right outside front too.
How do you know the location of all these stars?
I took pictures of them.
Stupid fuck.
Anyway, and we were sitting there, and we were like literally the first two people in, aside from the hosts that were hosting the show.
Was that Adam Sessler?
That was Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. Yep. We were in there, and we sat down, and we're like, where the fuck are we supposed to be? Because we don't feel like we're supposed to be in here yet.
Yeah.
And we just started walking around. They're like, yeah, your tickets are upstairs on the balcony. I'm like, okay.
Wait, sure.
Cool.
Why not?
Let's go. Went upstairs, went in, grabbed our stuff. They gave us this big ass fucking wristband that lit up B3.
Yep.
And I was like,
that was the thing that year.
Yep. That was the thing for a couple years.
That's
the
true.
light up wristband.
They're like, look at all the people with their arms.
And then the videos started rolling, and saw Dishonored 2 get announced. I saw Fallout 4 get announced, and a release date in the same setting. Fallout Shelter was announced and released the same day. It was just nuts. It was a wild day.
Sure.
All that whole thing was wild, and you guys got shit canned by going over the Nintendo thing.
We went to the Nintendo World Championships, where I was there to talk to YouTube celebrities.
That didn't
And
show
man,
up.
No, they were there.
Were they?
Yeah. Holy shit. Thank you, Tech.
Jesus,
for
Tech.
gifting 10 subs.
Why
Wow.
do you do that, Tech?
Wait, is that coming through? Is that notification going through on our podcast? Whatever.
You won't
see
hear
how
it.
I wrote it? Tech snuck 10 people into the Cool Patrol. See?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
buddy.
pretty cool.
Awesome. Well,
Thanks,
you for that.
Tech. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Wait, did Joe not get one? No, he got one. I was going to say he commented, but he didn't have a badge. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, so that was really cool. That E3 was probably the best E3 I had been to, other than 2018.
The Dolby Theater. Thank you.
Dolby Theater.
God damn it. Why am I stupid?
What's up, Marzi? Welcome in. You just got subbed. So, hey, look at that cool badge. She's the first one with that badge that I've seen in the chat, because everyone else has.
Everybody has the first badge. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That probably unlocks a new emote for us, because that'll put us at 20 subs.
Will it really? Mm-hmm. Well, you only need 15 points to get.
Well, now we got 20.
Now we got 20.
Back to the podcast.
Shit. Now we got to do more work.
Man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
it. Appreciate you. So what I guess the. Oh, you
I'm doing the automatic
K-pop,
reply. Yeah, the K-pop, because it's K-pop month.
Oh, sure.
That's that whole thing.
I guess this last generation has been important to me because it basically kick-started my career in video games, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Because now I've been to more things than I've ever considered myself being at. I never thought of myself as being someone who gets to attend an E3. I never thought of myself.
Same.
Yeah.
The first time I went, I was like, pinch me.
Yeah, because I remember watching E3 growing up, and I was like, that looks like the coolest place in the world.
Exactly.
It looks like exactly where I want to go.
It looks like better than any amusement park ever.
Right. So when I saw the email come through, like, congratulations, Gage Edwards or Christopher Edwards, you're invited to E3, or you're accepted into E3. Here's your badge. Here's your other stuff. And I was like, fuck.
This is real.
I get to go.
Like, this is very real. And then keep going. I don't want to keep hijacking.
So then that first E3 was important because that was And I always tell the story. That was the morning of Xbox, when the Xbox One was a train wreck.
Yeah.
And all day it was whispers, and it's kind of like, you know that, I don't know the song name, but it's like, it's that really epic song where it's like, you know?
Don't try and do this.
No, but you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, it was like Xbox did their little press conference, and then all day became that song slowly building, because it starts off with slow whispers. It's like, oh, it's not time for, you know, slowly.
Yeah.
And that was just like hour after hour in
Yep.
LA. Everyone's like, what the fuck's Sony gonna do? We just saw Xbox $500. That seems crazy. They got all these other games that are interesting. Dark Souls 3 was there. That's pretty impressive. Didn't think we see Dark Souls there. And it just kind of like started building.
Yeah.
And building. So then I was at EA, Ubisoft, and then it finally got time. Let's go over to whatever that stadium is.
That was
the USC's thing or something.
No, the USC is Microsoft's. Sony always
In
did
town.
theirs.
Yeah,
at
they do theirs
right
outside.
They always use that one big theater.
I don't know. But I remember I got to eat for the first time in the day, and it was awesome. So
that's the other thing. Food trucks at E3 are the best food trucks ever.
Yeah, sure. Forest Temple from whatever. So, what's up, Cap? So we walk into the theater, and everyone, it's still rumblings. It's rumblings. And then I realized I'm sitting down next to people from Sony Santa Monica, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, fuck. If there's God of War here, that'd be awesome. There wasn't.
No.
But it didn't matter, because it was just boom, boom, boom. And basically came out and said, and Sony was like, here are our balls. Look at them. And I was like, oh my God.
Sony freaking blew the roof off of that place.
They're digging graves for Xbox right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody over there. And then it didn't stop there. And we got out of it. Everything was going crazy. That's actually where I met Adam Sexton for the first time. So we started talking about PlayStation. We got a quick picture. And I was like, this is really cool. This is an incredible moment for me. I'm witnessing a video game moment. And then like stuff started hitting the internet. Everything started hitting Twitter and Reddit. And people were like, here's a video of Sony sharing a video game.
Yeah.
And they just handed
They
somebody.
did that in like 15 minutes. They put that together in like 15 minutes. Andrew House and Shuhei Yoshida just like, we got to fucking poke the bear.
And being on the front line of that video, I was like, I'm a part of something now.
Yeah.
And I really hope I don't have to go back. So then that turned into, hey, you want to go cover PAX? You want to go cover Otakon? Do you want to go have a private meeting with Nintendo in Washington, D.C.? Do you want to go to E3 next year? And I was like, I'm actually making something. Now that I have a video game show on the radio, I have a YouTube channel that we're a really big part of. We're streaming all the time. I'm like, okay, now I'm actually being paid to play video games and talk about video games in a way. Yeah. And now it's like snowballed into each year's bid. Okay, how can it be better than next? And now, so that this last generation has been so important to me that it's basically kickstarted a career for me. So without the Xbox One and the PS4, I don't know what I would be doing, or where I would be. Throw the Wii U in there somewhere. Fuck it. Whatever.
It's the step stool that crushed the Xbox One.
So this past generation has been super important to me. So I was curious on how it's been important to you and how it's been important to other people in the chat. I'm going to catch up now that I've been talking.
So the one other thing that really stood out to me was that first year we got media badges.
2014.
That was the icing on the cake. Because I was like, all right, now we're actually respected as
something it feels official.
It feels like we're actually a part of this, not necessarily elite community, but a part of a community that stands aside from just regular gamers, right? And I know most press is like, this is our job. But for us, we were just gamers that got into doing this, and we're like, we got the yellow badge.
That's what I always tell people. I was like, I went to school for sports broadcast journalism, and then I fell backwards into video game coverage, and now I'm where I am, being on these websites and things. So it did feel like where I got to meet plenty of games press where they were like jaded, like, oh, I'm here another E3.
I remember that, Joe. Joe said Baltus said he's only ran into me once at PAX East, and the rest of the line he didn't see us the rest of the weekend.
We've run into friends at PAX East. We didn't know we were going to be there. It just happens sometimes.
That was last year.
But then, it was like when we got the media badge, it was like, okay, now I'm a gamer who gets like access to the previous year when you weren't there. We had seen some stuff early. We had
meetings and stuff scheduled.
We had meetings, things, but it wasn't like having a media badge where people are like, all right, you're the upper echelon of video games. Get in here. And I'm like, all right, cool.
There's only one badge level higher than that, and that's exhibitor.
Right. I guess so. Yeah.
Exhibitors get in and out at any time of the day.
Yeah. I was trying to think because of the whatever. It's not important. So that's the other thing about getting into E3.
There's another one.
Yeah, there's one more. I think exhibitor is under media, and the media and something above media.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Never had it because I don't like work on a game. But scheduling all those meetings and things was always a fucking dream. I loved it.
Yeah. Thank you, Marzi.
We were talking about Ghostbusters. He had his moment. You should have been here earlier.
It's the best mug ever. It's also really big. It's like 2 cups of coffee.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm drinking 20 ounces of Red Bull.
Yeah.
At 10:30
energy slut. Energy slut.
I have to be up. What's up, Cody? Welcome in, everybody. Hey, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks.
You know, what a day this is.
This is crazy. But yeah, going back to your question about, what this console generation has done for us. For me, this was the first console that I didn't have to feel guilty buying. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like the PS3 and the Xbox 360, I was fresh out of college, and I was like, fuck, I need to scrounge money to buy one of these consoles. You know what I mean? And then the PS4 and the Xbox One comes along, and I'm like, I'm comfortable. I'm going to go buy me a PlayStation.
It's going to happen.
And I did. I pre-ordered a bitch, paid for it, and got it the same day it came out.
Right. And I think that's why, because we talked honestly, with the games I'm planning on playing in 2 weeks, I don't need them.
Yeah, neither do I.
Don't need them. But I feel like since I'm so ingrained in with video games right now, I just got to have them.
You got to stay on top of it.
I got to be...
Like I was saying last week, we got to stay relevant.
Got to stay on top of things. I told you, I wake up every day thinking, how can people look at me more? And now my only...
Well, that's just because you're a narcissist, but you know.
Of course, obviously. There's nothing wrong with working at GameStop. Scrounge your money to work at GameStop.
Was I still working at GameStop? No, because I was living in the house.
You're like, where's my...
I was working at CarQuest by then.
Yeah.
I came back.
2013.
I came back to work at GameStop.
Same. Thank you for the sub.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. The notification will come through for everybody listening at home. There it is. Boom.
They might not be able to hear it
just because we're doing this.
Just because we're doing this. Yeah.
Gotcha. We don't want this crazy song to be in our podcast and get taken down from somewhere.
Yeah, like that would ever happen.
Yeah,
we have permission to use it.
They're not coming for us.
Sub hype.
So anyway, this past generation. I think we've talked before about what our favorite games of the generation were.
We've done that. We did that a few months ago when we ran out of content because the summer games hadn't started yet.
Oh my god!
And it just ended.
Is it over?
It's over. Confirmed by the Kind of Funny Games cast. It's over.
Why do they get to be the authority on it?
Because they said it was over. Jeff Keighley said he was done.
Oh, all right.
I would trust those guys' opinion. You know what I mean?
I think Xbox has an event on the 9th.
Well, that's Xbox.
Yeah, I think that's
3 days
counts.
before. That's the day before their console comes out, and it's not summer anymore. It's officially fall, son.
You can call it Summer of Games. No. Still, I would. I probably still will. I'll write it down.
Fuck you.
You
do what you want.
Yeah, honestly, it'll just mess with the podcast that we have turned off. But when we switch over to Resident Evil here soon, you'll hear it just fine.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
go ahead.
What? All right. So it may not be your favorite game, but what game do you think defined the Xbox and the PlayStation for this generation? Like the most powerful game that console had.
Okay. So for the PlayStation, I think it's God of War.
I would agree.
And I don't think it's close.
It's not. It's nowhere.
I know people are going to say Bloodborne. I know they're going to say Horizon. No. They're going to talk about Spider-Man and Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2.
And that's why I said it may not be your favorite game. Bloodborne is my all-time favorite game, right? Mm-hmm. Like for right now, Bloodborne is my all-time favorite game. I love it. I love everything about it. God of War did more for the PlayStation than any other game did.
You think so?
Hands down.
Okay.
Because people had been wanting a God of War for so long.
Interesting.
Let me rephrase that. So people have been wanting a good God of War for so long.
Yeah. Well, I thought 3 was fine.
3 was fine, but Ascension was trash.
Didn't play it yet.
Ascension is garbage.
I'm going to have to play that also on PlayStation now.
Skip it.
I want to play the whole series.
Skip it.
All right, whatever.
Skip
I wrote down how long it would take me to play all of those and the Vita ones, and I'm like, okay, I can probably do this.
The Vita ones are good. I like the Vita ones.
Oh, the Vita ones are good?
Yeah. The Vita ones are actually really good.
I was hoping to get out of all of them. So.
No, the Vita ones are actually really good. Skip Ascension.
So yeah, I would say God of War is the quintessential PlayStation 5 game.
Absolutely.
Now for the Xbox, I think for
PlayStation 4 game. We're not talking about new consoles. We're talking about this console.
Did I say PlayStation 5?
You said PlayStation 5.
For PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Now, but for PlayStation 4, I also think that it's the quintessential game, also the best game on the console. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But for the Xbox One, I have kind of a different opinion for this. Because I don't think that this generation for Xbox has been like a blow-away gaming experience, just with one video game.
I could agree with that statement.
But what I think, and this is going to sound stupid, is the most important title for the Xbox One was the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh, I could get behind that.
So, of course, it didn't launch great.
No.
It didn't come out well. It was not well received when it first came out. But it does kind of parallel the Xbox One's kind of trajectory over time.
Yeah, no.
So it launched in a shaky way. It was kind of broken. People were confused about it. And eventually it kind of got better. There was more additions. Things were...
It took a long time to get it better. And now it includes Reach and Halo 4. So...
Well, Halo 4 launched.
Or not Halo 4.
Halo 3 ODST.
ODST, yeah. Sorry, I always forget that 4
So
was
I think if someone was like, what's the most important Xbox One game? I probably would throw out... Yeah, Baltus agrees. Would throw out Halo Master Chief Collection because,
first off, it's not just one game.
Sure,
it's a whole
6
franchise basically.
Right. The only one that in it is 5.
And so many people were already asking for it rather than trying to play it through backwards compatibility and all this other garbage. They're just like, fuck it, let's just make it all one game and give it to everybody for $60 and just be done with it. And then it was broke as hell.
Still played the hell out of it.
But 343 didn't give up on it. Like so many other developers, because there's so many things, there's so many different pieces that go into making that whole array of games function. Because you got different developers on different games,
right? Different
developers on the same game on different modes. Like there was like, I think 7 or 8 developers working on that to port everything.
I know 343, Creative Assembly,
Raven.
Sure, Raven was on there. Yeah,
and there's probably others
I'm sure,
that were involved for smaller stuff. Wasn't it $60 when it came out?
I think so, right?
I thought it was $60 when it came out.
I thought it was $60, but
maybe I'm wrong.
That was so long ago. It was 2014.
Yeah. But yeah, and now I'm using it. Now I'm playing it, right? I'm taking my kid through the whole Halo franchise.
So I'm doing it now too.
You're not taking my kid through the whole Halo franchise.
How do you know what we're doing? You don't know what's up.
I guess that's true. You are in my house once a week, so
I'm here all the time. Here we go. What's chat asking?
All-Stars collection. What chat wants to know what our opinion is on the All-Stars collection on Switch, specifically the fact that it's a limited time thing.
So we've talked about this a little bit before.
I know that the Super Mario
3D All-Stars.
No, not that one. The fucking
Super Mario 35.
Battle Royale.
35.
Is that what that is? Super Mario 35? I know that's a time thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that All-Stars was a time thing.
It's only available to purchase digitally or
until March?
March 31st.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought that was just the Super Mario 35 thing.
That's why people fucking ran to get it to make sure they had a copy of it because it's only in production within that window.
Why would you do that? That's so fucking stupid.
It's Nintendo, bro.
I guess that's true.
They'll do anything.
Nintendo does whatever the fuck
but they're also now doing that with the Fire Emblem re-release. The first game on NES, they're porting or as localizing it for the West, and now they're also doing that for a limited time. So we still don't know why they're doing it, other than it's got to be a money thing.
It's Nintendo doing what Nintendo wants.
Right. I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, it's Nintendo just taking the Disney Vault approach."
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree with, but at the same time, it doesn't exactly seem the same. But
it's kind of the same principle, though.
Yeah. I mean, the baseline.
Take an old game, release it for a limited amount of time, seal it away for eternity.
Until they're like.
Until a new platform comes out, then they can do it all over again.
Sure.
Because Disney did that. When VHS came out, they did it with VHS. Then
We're
when DVDs
bringing
came out,
Cinderella out of the Disney Vault for a limited time DVD.
Yep. And then Blu-ray came out, and they're like, and now you can own it on Blu-ray, and now you can own it on 4K Blu-ray, and it just goes up in price every single time. It's fucking retarded. Pardon the use of the R word.
I eat hard R just for a second. God damn.
But I don't like it. I hate it. Just play the game.
So what hold on. See, I've heard people rage for a limited time thing. I'm honestly more on the, I'm going to get it, so I guess it really doesn't matter mentality. That's kind of how I was. I wanted to get it anyway, so I'd make sure I got it day one. I have the 3D All-Star Collection, which Mario 64 sucks still.
I planned on getting it for my kid for Christmas.
Whoa, spoilers. Does he listen to the show?
No.
Okay, good.
He doesn't listen to this show.
What? It's a free subscription.
He's not a supporter.
I hate your kid.
My own kid's an asshole. I hate my kids too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Leeches.
So for you, what was your Xbox and PlayStation answer then?
Same.
For both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna 100% throw out God of War. It's so smooth. The gameplay and everything is butter.
It's
and
butter.
And the story is exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be completely away from everything that was the previous God of War, but still feel like God of War.
Okay.
And that's exactly what they did. And then, Master Chief Collection. You can't appease fans unless you give them what they want, right?
Yeah.
And Microsoft did exactly that. 343 did exactly that. They gave fans what they wanted. It was broke as hell when it came out, but they fixed it. They got it working. Knack 2, baby. Oh, God.
So kind of in that same vein, this might take a little bit more thinking. Can you think of major letdowns from either console?
Ooh, major letdowns.
Yeah.
Crackdown 3.
Was that a major letdown? I think everybody was ready for that to not be great.
I don't know. There's a lot of people hyped for it, and then a lot of
How
people
many
really,
people? Was a lot of people hyped for Crackdown 3.
Do you remember that E3 room?
I do, but I think that was just all Xbox. Like, I don't care what it is. I'll fucking show you my tits for it. I don't care. You know?
Oh, man.
Wow, Mario's just throwing out Last of Us 2 for PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that's a pretty big letdown. That was a huge letdown because fuck
Damn.
that game. But I wouldn't say it's devastatingly low. I think a lot of people were upset for a lot of different reasons for that game. I know why I'm upset. I'm just going to leave it at that. Last Guardian is definitely the one that I was going to throw
Last Guardian was one I was
because that game was so disappointing.
thinking. It was a PS2 game.
It was, and it looks like a PS2 game
Yeah.
on a PS4. It's trash.
It's like, it almost seems like they just like, that team just stopped making it, and they were like, Shuhei showed up, and like, where is it? They're like, oh, fuck. I guess
he
you
really
want us
wants
to finish
this.
that game?
He wants us to make the weird Dragon Dog game.
Because that's what it was. It was like everybody was excited for Last
Last
Guardian.
Guardian was trash, nerd. I'm sorry.
Trash. Everyone's excited for Last Guardian, and then we didn't hear about it for a long time, and then one day Shuhei was like, yeah, they're still making it.
Yeah.
And then he
8 years later.
told him. Yeah.
We've already discussed that portion of the podcast. You should have been here earlier.
Last Guardian does stink. I'm glad.
Wow,
we
your mom.
Yeah, she's
it's
finally
perfect.
here.
It's perfect.
The worst part of I you
can't kill Trico yourself. Yep.
Damn.
I'm just reading them up here now
Yeah,
because
so
it's
am
easier.
I like how we talk about all this stuff. Like, look at all this cool stuff we're talking about, and then everyone's like, "Fuck Last Guardian for sure." We're
Apparently, we figured out what our community is. Bashing everything.
Can the podcast just now be each week we talk about how much bad Last Guardian is?
Sure.
Because that'll be fine.
And we'll start a Patreon about Spider-Man.
OnlyFans.
I thought you said Patreon.
No, it's pictures of Spider-Man. I want more picture of Spider-Man.
Okay.
We need OnlyFans
So the OnlyFans logo is J. Jonah Jameson
yeah.
screaming that he wants more pictures of
Or
Spider-Man.
it's a wink. Yeah.
Or it's a wink. And then it's just pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of Spider-Man you can find.
For me, I think it's tough. I think Last Guardian's definitely up there. I'm trying to think of the other letdown that I come to right away that I even platinumed and I can't believe I went through the trouble was the Order 1886.
Oh, yeah.
I was very excited for that game.
So that game, for me, that game is the Rome
Yeah.
of the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
What was Rome? What was that game called?
Rome Total War.
Is that what it is? Rome Total War?
I feel like that was an RTS that I'm confusing now.
I think you're right. What the fuck is that game? Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about.
I played it. Yeah, I played that game
Quick
too.
Time Event, the game.
Mhm.
Yeah. That game was a letdown.
Right, those games existed to show off like the graphical achievements of those consoles.
That and Knack were the two things to show
Knack?
off. Yeah, seriously.
I know.
I mean, Mark Cerny came out and said, "Look, we can do all these things with
we're going to turn the Knack into little pixel
Little
toys.
tiny
and then
particles.
He's going to be a big boy. Stupid thing. For Xbox, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of letdowns.
I mean, the console itself was a letdown to begin with.
I think that's just like the umbrella. Like it was just the console itself. Although, of course, it did come
It
around
did
later.
but that was because of a change of hands as well. Don Matrick can rot in hell.
I mean, there's a few people involved in that too, but Don Matrick.
Don Matrick is definitely the fall guy on that one.
Sure, definitely for his presentation, and then his later comments. It's like, oh, you don't want the Xbox One to be online? Fucking get a 360, nerds.
God, that was so bad.
I was trying to think of like the Xbox letdown that I have, but I think I was kind of tempered on all of my expectations for all of those games, and I can't think of a first-party game that let me down. Other than, I mean, I liked Halo 5. I know a lot of people didn't like the narrative of that, but I liked that game.
I didn't like it. I mean, it was a fun game. Don't get me wrong; it played really well, but the story was just not good.
Yeah. I I don't know, man.
All right, well, let's shift gears a little bit.
Go ahead.
What game, and it could be for either console,
And chat, feel free to answer any of these questions.
what game caught you off guard the most?
Like, surprised me the most?
Yeah. I know mine.
God. Go ahead.
Hellblade.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Hellblade was such a warm surprise that I was like, this looks cool. But man, it is so fucking good.
So when Hellblade came out, I missed its announcement completely, and it flew under the radar for me.
I didn't miss the announcement. I saw it and I was like, man, that looks awesome. Mm-hmm. And then I saw more of it. And I was like, oh, okay, it still looks cool. And then it came out and I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
It came out when I was working at Nerdable, and I had the guy who had the review code for it and reviewed it was like, Gage, you got to play this game. And I was like, I don't even know what it is. I have zero idea. He was like, no, I'm done talking about it.
Play it.
Play it. And I was like,
just
I'll check it out. It's
play
$30. I'll try it. And then I fell in love with it right away. So yeah, definitely that one caught me by surprise for sure.
Yeah.
Another, yeah,
It's
I don't
just
know.
everything about that game is just good.
Yeah, Baltez is saying the Kinect and the $100 more expensive price. Yeah, I mean, the Xbox letdown itself was the launch of the Xbox One, and I don't think there's any confusing that.
Yeah. And then they ditched the Kinect like 4 months after it came out.
For good reason. Nobody used it. I mean, people weren't using it. The people that were using it were having issues using it, and it just didn't work all the time.
And most people just took it and hooked it up to their computer to run MIT Experience.
Yeah. And well, now they use them at like department stores for checking people in and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. The life of the Kinect has been so weird.
It's definitely a weird one.
Marzi liked The Last of Us multiplayer, Hellblade and Nier. Yeah, okay.
Nier, that's another one.
Everyone talks about Nier. Nier's a game I still haven't played.
So Nier is definitely not a game you will understand by playing it once. You have to play through it at least 3 times to understand the story.
That's what I've heard.
Because you have to get all 3 aspects.
How long does that take?
One playthrough takes about 8 to 12 hours. So 20 some hours total.
Okay.
I've gone through 2. I need to finish my 3rd playthrough.
Gotcha. Baltez is fact checking you. They dropped E3. The connected to E3. The next one.
No,
I mean, Phil Spencer was like, "Fuck this." He came out on
I don't
stage.
mean that Microsoft ditched it. I mean developers ditched it.
And he
they
punching
just stopped
pictures of Don
developing for
Matrick.
it.
He broke a Kinect over his leg and fucking swung it into the front row. He's like, "Who wants to drive a car in Forza real fast?" And then,
and they dropped a car from the ceiling.
That did happen. That part of that is true.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, the Kinect part where he's smashing it over his knee.
Yeah, and then Don Matrick's face.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I have like a letdown. I don't think I can definitely think of one for Xbox. I just think like a lot of the experience of the Xbox getting to now was a letdown.
Yeah.
Because I do consider myself an Xbox fan first, but I've kind of totally centered since this console generation took over.
Yeah.
And a surprise, I guess I would go with Hellblade because it just quickly became one of my favorite games of all time.
It's so good.
And I've got nothing else. I'm sure there's other surprising games in there that I just love, but I'm
trying to look up there on my shelf, see what I got. 90% of my games are installed on my console.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Well.
Anything you wish they just never even did for this console generation?
Never even did for this console generation.
Yeah, like a feature or accessory or something completely just bizarre and off the wall that you're like, why the fuck are they even doing this?
For the Xbox, it's the Kinect.
Okay.
Clearly, they saw the future a little differently than PlayStation did.
Yeah.
For PlayStation, the touchpad on the controller, probably didn't need it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Although they're keeping it for the next one.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why.
Developers don't use it. Probably. I mean, there's not too much. The Kinect was definitely a fucking black eye in Xbox's history.
Ever since its inception on the 360.
Right. So, yeah, I think that's really the most egregious thing I can think of.
Fair enough.
Any other comments on the last generation?
It's been a long ride.
It's been a long ride. I'm ready for the next one. 2 weeks, everybody, and we're going to have
2 weeks.
Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and then our PlayStation 5's ready to go.
Yep.
Saw one streamer use the touchpad as a controller for the PlayStation. She used it like for Dark Souls, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
People have been modding controllers for Dark Souls for a while. Somebody used a microwave. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I see all these on Overwatch as well.
I've seen a banana.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've
seen an NES track and field pad.
Yep, seen that.
I've seen a DDR pad. That was really the first one that came out, the DDR pad, because it was so easy to do.
The iconic one, yeah.
Yeah, and then people just started doing. I've seen somebody beat it with an actual guitar,
You okay?
like a stringed
real
guitar. I'm like, that's just too much work.
Too much.
Too much work.
Well, I think it's time to play some Resident Evil 2.
Let's do it.
So, everybody, we're going to be switching over from our podcast to Resident Evil 2 right now. Do not go anywhere. For podcast people at home, thank you for listening on your podcast service of choice. Again, catch the show live on Mondays, 9:30 Eastern Time, twitch.tv/birdcage_gaming, where you can hang out with us and talk and chat. Like we talked to a chat a lot today.
Yes, we did.
But right now, we're going to switch over to Resident Evil 2 Remake on the Xbox or PlayStation?
PS4.
PlayStation 4.
I don't have it on Xbox.
You know, they just put, we wanted to do Resident Evil 3 today, and hard copies, none of them are on sale. Still $60.
Yeah.
Digital copies, I could get like a computer copy today for like $25. Xbox got it for $30.
My computer, this computer won't run it. My
I
new
know.
computer, when I build it,
But I don't want to spend
so
$30 on Resident Evil 3 because it's a 4-hour game.
Yeah.
You know?
And I hate it.
So,
all right, second night to the kids, Gage.
Good night, kids.